A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a bold move that could escalate diplomatic tensions, President Trump has threatened to impose additional tariffs and sanctions against Mexico due to a long-standing water dispute that affects Texas farmers. On Thursday, Trump took to social media to accuse Mexico of failing to deliver 1.3 million acre-feet of water, which amounts to over 420 billion gallons. As mandated by a 1944 treaty that governs the distribution of water from shared rivers, including the Rio Grande, Colorado, and Tijuana. He stated, Mexico has been stealing the water from Texas farmers, asserting that the U.S. would continue to escalate consequences until Mexico complies with the treaty and provides the water owed to Texas. The remarks come amid a broader context of rising tensions between the two nations, particularly concerning agricultural resources. Trump's comments reflect a growing frustration among Texas farmers who have been severely impacted by water shortages. The situation has been exacerbated by a prolonged drought in Mexico, which President Claudia Sheinbaum acknowledged in her response. She stated that the drought has hindered Mexico's ability to fulfill its treaty obligations but expressed hope for a resolution, mentioning that her government had proposed a comprehensive plan to U.S. diplomats to address the water delivery issues. Sheinbaum's conciliatory tone contrasts sharply with Trump's aggressive stance. The Mexican president emphasized her commitment to dialogue and collaboration, seeking a solution that would benefit both countries. This approach seems to have garnered some respect from Trump, who referred to her as a terrific person and a fantastic woman. However, the history of water disputes between Mexico and the United States is fraught with tension. In 2020, the situation escalated when Mexican farmers took drastic measures, seizing control of a dam in a bid to halt water deliveries to the U.S. As climate change continues to exacerbate water scarcity, the value of shared water resources has become increasingly critical. Data from the International Boundary and Water Commission indicates that Mexico has consistently fallen short of its treaty commitments over the past 5 years. From October 2020 to October 2024, Mexico delivered only about 400,000 acre-feet of water, a stark contrast to the 1.4 million acre-feet required under the treaty. This growing water debt has raised alarms among Texas farmers, who rely heavily on this water for their crops. In response to the ongoing crisis, Trump underscored the impact of the water shortage on Texas agriculture, mentioning the closure of the only sugar mill in Texas as a direct consequence of the water dispute. He criticized the Biden administration for not taking adequate action to support Texas farmers, stating, Sleepy Joe refused to lift a finger to help the farmers. That ends now. The Texas agriculture sector, particularly the citrus industry, which relies heavily on water from Mexico, is bracing for a challenging season ahead. As drought conditions worsen, the stakes are high for farmers who depend on the consistent flow of water to sustain their crops. The U.S. government has taken steps to address the situation by denying Mexico's request for special water deliveries to Tijuana, citing the country's failure to meet its treaty obligations. This decision reflects a growing urgency to hold Mexico accountable and ensure that Texas farmers receive the water they need to thrive. Senator Ted Cruz, a vocal advocate for Texas farmers, has also weighed in on the issue, labeling the water crisis as a man-made crisis and pledging to work with the Trump administration to pressure Mexico into compliance. Cruz has been active in the Senate, pushing for measures that would protect the interests of Texas farmers and ensure they receive the water they are owed. As the situation develops, it remains to be seen how the Trump administration will navigate this complex issue with Mexico. The potential for tariffs and sanctions could have significant implications for U.S.-Mexico relations, particularly given the intertwined nature of their economies. With both sides claiming a commitment to finding a resolution, the coming weeks will be critical in determining the future of this contentious water dispute and its impact on Texas agriculture. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.